home stretch we go. Joining us, our special guest and really good friend of W7 and girls athletics all over the state, Quinn Hines, head coach of the Oshkosh Lords Academy. Coach, welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's awesome to be here.
Well, it's great having you and appreciate all you do for girls athletics, not just in basketball, but softball also. And it's really appreciated to know the kids appreciate it so much. So appreciate all you do and all your support of W7 as well.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of volume here, so I get to yelling by the end of this thing. First 2 points in for the Freeze. That was number 40. And I gotta find my roster. Oh, it's Ashley Turnus. So a lot of Oostburg kids here, and if you know W7, you know we're big fans of being able to boost the Oos. Big Coach Ketterhagen fans and really big fans of the Oostburg community. Athletic director all the way up and down the line. It's a great community, and looking forward to our next trip out there. They're playing the Lakers black team. Some good friends of ours on that team as well. So plenty of kids to root for here tonight in this one. I'm going to pull up my Lakers roster. There it is. And it's kind of a crapshoot on some of these rosters with the Lakers team because they've kind of moved kids all over the place. But I know a lot of them. So Casey Ott, number 11 from Slinger. Know that kiddo pretty well. And make sure I got the right camera on. That looks good. And we'll get the scoreboard up for y'all here in a minute. The Freeze in white and the Lakers in black. Pull up three. No good. Nice clear out and rebound by number 0. I do not have a number 0 on the roster, Coach Isaiah. Come on, Coach. Are you kidding me?
A nice entry.
Oh, a really nice pass. Kelsey Dolmas. Well, Kelsey is such a great athlete. So fun to watch her play when they played Mishicot up at Oostburg in January. Her and Ella Tempest came right over to me right away. It was really sweet. We got to know Ella from doing the game up there. She was actually our player of the game from Oostburg. And there's a foul. It'll be on Casey Ott.
A little bit of moving screen didn't get set there.
Casey's doing the, what do you mean? I would never foul anybody. I don't know why you'd even call such a thing.
Not called very often in the summer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm sure not. Well, are your kids playing club ball, Coach? I mean, what's going on with the Lord's kids?
We don't have a lot of kids out playing right now. We're pretty restricted on what we're doing. We've had some open gyms and things, but we're one kid per hoop kind of deal right now. So we got some younger kids that are playing travel ball. So a lot of our older kids, we don't have too many that are playing travel ball right now. And I think this summer we had a couple that were going to. But just the way kind of things unfolded,
yeah.
They had some other priorities. So.
Yeah, well, this whole thing is kind of throwing everything for a loop.
Yeah, it's been good though that we've been back in the gym for about 2 weeks now, and the kids, you can just see they're just happy to be in the gym.
And you know what? That's the thing I keep hearing over and over again. I mean, it's not even really the competition so much as it is just being around, being with their teammates and coaches, and just being part of that community. And you can say what you want. I know a lot of people are like, "Hey, big deal at sports," but I mean, it means a lot to these kids. And regardless of what happens, if we're going to delay seasons or cancel any other seasons, God forbid, I mean, it really has an impact on, especially these kids that, a lot of them, they play summer ball. They give up a lot of things to do sports, and when you take that away, sometimes there's not a lot left.
Right.
Because that's their life.
And you've sacrificed, as being a young kid and you're playing all these years, you've sacrificed a lot of things throughout the years, going on vacations and things that you haven't done, and then you get to your senior year.
And to not have it.
And then that is a big blow to kids, and it is frustrating, and it's okay for kids to feel that way. So I do think kids have handled it fairly well.
I'm so impressed with them. I mean, I said about the 2020 class. I mean, it's a very special class, and I think we'll look back in a few years and realize how special it really is in the way that they handled themselves during unprecedented times. I'm just so impressed with all of them.
Absolutely.
Shot is no good. So, Coach, I mean, I got to hit up a couple things. You guys participated in our lip dub contest last year and did a little Wham 1980s throwback. I mean, You guys did a good job. But one of your comments was we realized kind of what the bar is after seeing some of the other ones, and you guys are going to come back and hit it harder than ever next year, right?
Yeah, I told the girls because it was all their own ideas. I said I'm not like I'll help you with the filming and things, but it's going to be your creative ideas. I'm not going to do this for you. And we kind of showed up on the day to film, and they really hadn't had any ideas planned, so it was a lot of last-minute ideas. And then
they did a good job. I liked it. I really loved the camera work of the coming down the hallway. That was really cool. I liked it.
That was it was. And we still, I thought, did a pretty good job.
I thought so too.
We felt good about it, but when we saw Grafton,
they really went all out.
We said all the girls were like, "How did we do?" And I'm like, "Well, we did pretty well." And then watch this one, and they're like, "Yeah, I think Grafton deserved to win that."
I mean, they did a really, really good. They were focused from day one. Coach D'Amato said, "Hey, we want to win this thing."
But it was a good time. That was probably a month before the season at that point.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a good bonding
chance to kind of come together and just have some fun together and do something a little different.
So yeah, that was our first interaction because most of those kids were incoming freshmen, so they were kind of a little nervous as to what to do. But it was good. It was a good thing for them, and they're excited to hopefully do something for this year.
So you got a lot of kids. I mean, you guys are a young team. You got a lot of kids coming back, and again, hopefully we're going to start on time and all that stuff. But you got to be excited about some of the talent you have, and if you'll have us, we'd love to come up and do a game with you guys this coming year.
That's a nice entry pass right there. Good finish.
Katie McCabe, our good buddy from Tulsa West, on the bucket.
Yeah, we had one senior that played. We had two seniors last year. One was out the whole year with the torn ACL. So we lost one senior that played, and we had three juniors, and then the rest were mostly freshmen and a sophomore.
Gotcha.
So we played three freshmen a good majority of our games, and the first month or two was a little rocky up and down. And they're not. Most of the freshmen were not basketball first kids.
Sure.
They had won a state championship for cross country actually, so a lot of runners. But we made a sectional run last year. We got to the sectionals, and I think that kind of boosted a lot of their energy into the offseason because we have a lot of kids the first day. When last week we were allowed to have kids, we had 85% of the kids that wanted to be there. So we've had good participation. We have a really good crop of young kids, and our middle school level right now is pretty full with kids. So
fantastic.
It's an exciting time to kind of get back to where our program has traditionally been, and
we just had a lot of success in the past, for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, the coaches that were there before me, Coach Ty River and Coach Allie Fett, they really set a good tradition of basketball. I mean, I was talking with Ed about we used to come down to the Franklin tournament every Christmas and play in that. We would play against Germantown, we'd play against Greendale, we played Middleton. So we played all those D1 schools, and we're a school of 150 kids.
Wow.
And we actually, I think the last year we went there, we beat Germantown, and then we lost the championship game to Middleton in overtime. And we're talking Germantown, Middleton. You're talking the high class of D1.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, we do a lot with Germantown. Obviously, I mean, that's a heck of a program.
So
and Middleton, what Coach Kind has done over there, that goes without saying. I mean, they're unbelievable.
That was always a blast for our kids to come down and be like, this is at the time where our program was at. Those were the only games that were really competitive for us, and our kids loved it. They wanted to, like, would be awesome to play these games constantly.
Wow!
When you play in like the greater metro, I mean, that is.
It's. I mean, it's. I always say it's like the old Big East from the '80s. I mean, every night it's lace them up because it's going to be war, and it's like that. I mean, we always say there's no night off in the GMC. We call it GMC life. I mean, it's brutal. It's a brutal conference.
Yeah, some of those conferences, I mean, it's fun and it's frustrating at the same time. I know for softball in the FBA, I mean, every day you don't have a day off.
Yeah,
so it's so.
Yeah, the FBA. Because head coach for Appleton West.
West for softball. Yeah, but it's just.
Oh, nice drive and foul.
It's frustrating because every day you got to be on top of your game, but that's what makes it so great too, and that's why all these kids they become so good because of the competition that they constantly face, and now they're out here playing against really good competition in the summer too. So it just pushes kids to be better.
Coach, I got to tell you, I'm so off topic here, but I do not get what's going on with girls basketball in these schools these days. I mean, that looks like diapers. I mean, it's so weird. I mean, I don't, maybe you get some insight, but I mean, this whole, we get them long and then we roll them up 6 ways and put them under stuff. I mean, it's so bizarre looking.
Yeah, I've never been the ones to buy the uniforms. I always kind of pawn that off on the assistants that have a little more style than I have. So,
I'm saying, I mean, that's not even stylish. That's just weird looking.
Yeah, I know it's a fit for a lot of things, and then it kind of becomes a fashion trend. I'm not sure what the deal is, but
I don't know. I'm ready to go back to something. I mean, if we want to go baggy shorts, fine. I'm a big fan of the longer ones personally. Just I think for girls especially, the longer the better. They can wear pants. I'd be fine with it. But I mean, some of these looks that are going on right now, I do not understand it at all. Anyway, editorial there, and you watch enough of our stuff, we have no shortage of editorials.
That's what makes it great.
Ella Tempest on the free throws, 1 for 2 for Ella. Now look at the Oostburg kids. I mean, those are like traditional basketball shorts. I mean, that's so. The other thing I was going to tell you is you guys are going to get a waiver on the small town Thursday night thing. You're in Oshkosh, which isn't really a small town, but you're a small private school. So we're gonna lump you in on the small town Thursday night community and come up and do something with you guys this year.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we appreciate that. And we play everybody. Everybody else we play is a small town.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. Oh yeah, love it. Shot no good. Now, one other thing I got to say about I noticed your Twitter handle for the basketball program is LA Knights. You guys sound like an 80s rock band or something.
Hey.
LA Knights. I like it.
The one thing I'm really impressed with our kids, they're big 80s music fans.
Oh,
and
I love them already.
Yeah, it's that's why when we got the 80s lip, we had a lot of options to go through, and the kids liked it because these days you don't find too many kids that even know.
No,
about
you don't. No. My son is 19, and I mean, he listens to a lot of the older stuff, but he listens to a lot of new stuff too. I have no idea. I know it's out of bounds to stay with the Freeze.
In fact, we had the 80s playlist going at Open Gym yesterday. So.
Beautiful. Inbound pass. Shot no good. 9-7 with. My clock is a little bit, 7:23 to go. My clock is a little bit obscured here, so I'll keep you posted on the time. Rebound Freeze, pass ahead. Oh, good ball movement. Into the lane, up, and Dolmas, no good.
Yeah, a lot of these kids from Oostburg, Howard Grove area, I mean, that's
such
another
a great pocket of talent. We saw Mackenzie Holsworth from Howard Grove, and of course we know the Michigan kids really well. Desiree Kleinman, Kylie Schmidt, Abby Garceau, and the kids are the seniors that graduated this year. I mean, there's a lot of basketball talent in that little neck of the woods there. We love going up there.
Yeah, and competitive. The top half.
Very competitive.
The top half of that Big East Conference.
Yep, the Big East. Yeah,
is good. I mean, those teams with the Michigan, Howard Grove, Oostburg, Ozaki's always usually pretty tough.
Yep, Ozaki, Becca Schauer, our good buddy from Ozaki, graduated this year, and good team there as well. It's one of those conferences. I mean, it's in that, like I said, that top half. I mean, there's no free win, and if you follow the Howard Grove Michigan kind of rivalry the last couple of years in postseason, that's been as good as anything.
Yeah, we've had to in our good years, the last few years, we've always had to run through Michigan or Howard Grove, and the year before I got to Lourdes, they lost to Howard Grove, and I believe it was overtime in the sectionals, and then 2 years ago we lost a buzzer beater to Michigan when they were the top seed, and I mean athletes. They got athletes.
Mike Garceau done a great job at Michigan or what? I mean, boy, talk about turning the program around. Yeah. Holy cow!
And they've been traditionally strong softball players too.
Yep. Don Shimmick, the head coach there at Michigan for softball. I'm like a walking Michigan commercial. But I mean, we've gotten to know so many of the kids and the families there just from our time there this past year, and we were hoping to go up and do some Michigan softball this spring, but didn't work out obviously for anybody. And we're looking at doing some things next year for sure. But actually, we'll be in Michigan Sunday as we premiere One Heartbeat, the story of the 2019-20 Mishicot girls basketball team. That's going to be on W7. We're going to live stream it at 8 o'clock Sunday night. We're going to play it for the kids at 5 o'clock up at Mishicot. So tune in for that. We've done a lot of documentary stuff in the past. I would say I think this is maybe the finest film we've ever done. It's not anything because of us, but the content is so great because of the kids. It's really, really good.
It's a really strong community, too.
It's an amazing community.
I mean, we played, I want to say it was 2 seasons ago, and we played there in the regional final, and you walk into that gym, and it was packed an hour before game time.
It's nuts.
And
I mean,
for our kids, they walk into that, and we don't really have that atmosphere too often, but you walk into that, and this is cool.
It's a real game day atmosphere.
Absolutely.
They really, and I'll tell you what, Coach Garceau's son does the PA music, or the music on the PA system, and he plays some really good stuff. That shot is no good. The Wisconsin Freeze in white and the Lakers black in black. Nice pass. Tempest is blocked, and second attempt is no good. Rebound number 10. Julia Hurt from Lake Country Lutheran, my neck of the woods. I'm from Oconomowoc, so right over there. And we're gonna have a tie-up on the floor.
Yeah, we'll have to get the W7 Twitter following. We're still looking for an entrance song for our basketball season next year. So
Absolutely.
We have to get something set up. We had a lot of options last year, and nothing just felt right. So
Yeah.
we gotta get. We were over the Pirates of the Caribbean was our
Nice.
And when I took over, I said, it's time for something new. We got a new era. We got to get a new entrance.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So we'll look for suggestions.
They do. I know a lot of them do the Bulls entrance from the '90s teams, and I'll tell you what. Kettle Moraine Lutheran has a really interesting one. I don't know the name of the song, but I mean it's really upbeat, positive, fun. They really do. We were talking about Howard Grove after games. So when they win, they play Country Roads by John Denver after a victory, which is kind of a cool thing. Here it is, 11-9 with 4:53 to go. And if you think we're meandering, we are. It's been a long day, and we're just talking hoops and all around the state. There's so many great things going on in girls basketball right now, and I hate to see the momentum slow down because of this COVID thing. But I mean, obviously, the safety of the kids has to be the very first thing. There's no question, it has to be.
Yeah, we got to make sure that it's safe for everyone, but at the same time, it means a lot to a lot of these kids and families, and we got to find a way that we can make it happen. I don't know what the right answers are, but
well, you've been pretty outspoken, on social media just about your just frustration with it. Seems like at the club level, I mean, there's no rules, there's no restrictions. Just do whatever you want, and at the high school level, it's all the doors are locked.
And
I don't know the answer, Quinn, and I know you don't either. And I know your frustration is not at the high school. It's just we need some consistency of some sort.
I think the frustration for me is I know the schools are doing what's in best interest of the kids, but it's not like the kids are just sitting at home. They're out doing things.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So
you see, look at Instagram. I mean, they're out on the lake. They're out with their friends. They're doing stuff like you said.
It would be one thing to me if everybody was kind of like we were in March.
Right.
But now that everybody's out doing things, it's like we got to find a way to make this happen for our schools, because really the longer this drags on, and this is my personal opinion, it's going to be harder to get those kids who are on the fence to stay committed to things, because the longer they go without it, the easier it is for them to stay away.
Boy, and you hate to hear that. I mean, I haven't really thought about that, but I mean, here's Callie Zabel. But yeah, that's a very, very good point. I mean, sports is such a great way to keep the kids. They learn so much from it, and it also keeps them out of a lot of things that they probably shouldn't be into. And boy, you hate to see that hook go away. 3-point shot is no good.
I think a lot of short shots on this last game.
Yeah, we've seen that pretty much all afternoon.
Yeah, just playing a lot of basketball and you haven't been playing.
When you haven't been playing, yeah, it's a lot.
And I think I think the other thing we overlook too with the whole COVID situation is sports just brings communities together.
No doubt about it.
And the climate we're in lately, like we need something
more
to bring
than ever.
Everybody back
more
together.
than ever.
So I'm hoping we get some good news soon, but I just think we got to do the most we can to try to safely have athletics for our kids.
I agree. I think we'll learn a lot more tomorrow with the WIAA meeting. I don't know that it's necessarily going to be good news, but with the Big 8 canceling their fall season, it doesn't look good. I would say maybe you swap fall and spring around. Although I hate that just because the spring kids get penalized 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I've sat in a lot of meetings in the last 2 days and a lot of phone calls and contacts with coaches and leaders in our coaches association and things, and talking about all the scenarios. So there are some good plans out there. I know the Fox Valley, the FBA is working with the Green Bay Area Conference and the Valley Conference, Stevens Point. Those 3 conferences are kind of working together on plans. So their goal is, they all have the right idea in mind and how we can make it work, but there's just no set solution because it's so different in other parts of the state.
And the WIA has been so hands off on the whole thing. Maybe they just have to be, but it seems like it's just kind of do whatever you want. But we're not going to really make a ruling. Which I get that, but it kind of leaves everybody with what's the direction?
Yeah, I think the hard part is because you got to listen to your county health boards, and that's the wild card and everything. Because I don't think the Big 8 does this if Dane County, is
couldn't agree.
So
couldn't agree more. Yeah,
I don't know if there's a great solution. I just know that we got to find a way.
We do.
We got to find a way.
Callie, we got to do some of those shows. Good. I don't know. It's just so weird looking. I know her dad pretty well. There's no way he's okay with it.
I don't know a lot of these kids from the Lakers, but I've officiated them before in AAU tournaments, so they're familiar faces, but I don't know a lot of them.
Well, number 2 and number 11 both play for Slinger. Really, really great kids, great families, and just really, really enjoyed. There's Casey Yacht on the basket, and then 33, maybe on the bench now, is a Tulsa West kid, a good friend of ours, Katie McCabe. She's a heck of a volleyball player. Nice pass by Callie to Casey. Look at those passes this winter, Callie.
Yeah, that's a nice feed. Got their eyes up right away. Good answer pass.
One-hand Natalie McNeil style there. That was nice. Ott to the line for 2. Casey will be a junior this year.
Yeah, Slinger, I think the first game I ever saw W7 was a Slinger game, regional final.
Oh, with
2 years, West
Bend West, yeah.
That was the day I found out about W7.
And your life has never been the same.
That's right.
1 for 2. So Casey is actually a heck of a figure skater. She grew up as a figure skater and kind of fell into basketball just with her height, but she really enjoys skating. A minute 25 to go first half, 19-11. Good ball movement. From the corner, no good.
Rebound.
This Laker black team played the Laker white team earlier and lost by, I want to say, 20 or so to that team. They weren't too thrilled about it. Ball loose and retrieved by number 4. That's Ashley Grumman from Random Lake. Another really good program up in the area, Random Lake. McKenna Armstrong, number 2 on the white team. Boy, I've said it earlier today, Coach. We saw 130-some basketball games this year. I never saw a block shot the way McKenna Armstrong blocked a shot against Slinger. Holy smokes. She about slammed the ball 30 feet in the air. It was crazy. Off the ground. She just it was an amazing athletic block. 32, that is Janessa Runyon from Tulsa West. Got a couple Tulsa West kids, so Katie McCabe, 33, and Janessa Runyon, 32. Anna Nielsen's a Verona kid that's one of Coach Murphy's kids, Angie Murphy. I don't know if I see Anna. I think Anna actually played on the white team today, if I remember right. That shot is short. Rebound Lakers. Runyon all the way, no good. Rebound Ella Tempest.
I think we got a foul here.
8 seconds to go first half, 19-11. Lakers by 8. 5 seconds and thrown away. Casey up. It's halftime. Halftime score 19-11. We'll be back. You are watching W7 and we're live.
It's game time.
Meyer at the buzzer! Got it! She got it! A three-pointer at the buzzer! Hoytink, 4 seconds, off the glass! Mallory Hoytink with the winner! That's the ball game!
You know, I get that question a lot, actually.
Everything W7 does, we do for who?
For the girls.
For the girls.
For the girls.
For the girls. For the girls.
For the girls.
Ooh, I was worried.